A different story from last night, but there is still a chance of snow overnight. We're tracking what to expect and when temps will begin to warm up.
Breaking news as we take a live look in D.C. as the Senate votes to end the government shutdown. We're taking a look at the next steps to reopen the government.
Live from Chicago, this is Fox 32 News at 9.
Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Scott Schneider.
I'm Dawn Hasbrook. The vote happening within the hour. And now the funding bill heads back to the House for a vote.
This deal required some Democrats to break ranks, including Illinois Senator Dick Durbin. Our Connor Hansen has more on what the deal includes.
Abide by the deal. The deal is very good.
After a nearly 6-week shutdown, the federal government could reopen in a matter of days. A group of 8 Senate Democrats and independents voted for a Republican-led funding bill. In exchange, the Senate will hold a vote on extending health care subsidies, but it's not the guarantee they had been holding out for. Now, some in the party are turning their anger towards Minority Leader Chuck Schumer.
We need new leadership. We've got to stop protecting this establishment status quo that's gotten us a second term of Donald Trump.
President Trump piling on.
Well, he just went too far. He thought he could break the Republicans, and the Republicans broke him.
Other Democrats are sticking with Schumer even after voting against him.
Within the caucus, I can tell you right now, Chuck's our leader, and he's going to be our leader.
The record shutdown has caused chaos for travelers navigating thousands of flight cancellations and delays. President Trump has suggested penalizing air traffic controllers who took time off during the shutdown, while recommending $10,000 bonuses for those who have been showing up without pay. The travel headaches could still take time to sort out.
I have high confidence that by the Thanksgiving weekend, that Secretary Duffy's going to be able to get it almost back to normal.
While the Senate has agreed to vote on health care subsidies next month, House Speaker Mike Johnson says he can't make guarantees. In New York, Connor Hansen, Fox 32, Chicago. Don and Scott, back to you.
As you heard, one of the biggest impacts felt from the government shutdown is at our airports. As we take a live look at O'Hare International Airport, at O'Hare alone, at one point, flights saw a delay of more than 6 hours on average. Staffing shortages on top of the snow caused many of these delays. And at Midway, more than 100 flights canceled so far today. And the FAA is reporting today there have been more than 30 reports of staffing problems across the country.
All right, so what are we in store for tonight? Chief Meteorologist Emily Walls has our first forecast.
And tonight, we are still tracking snow showers, believe it or not, but that's not going to be until the second half of tonight and into early tomorrow morning. But take a look at some of the preliminary reports that are coming out from the National Weather Service. Cedar Lake, 12.3 inches. Momence in Kankakee County, a foot of snow, 10.5 in St. John's, 10 inches in Winthrop Harbor, and same thing for Lake Village. And then lesser amounts for the locations that you see here on the screen. At O'Hare, we actually only picked up 1.6 inches. But here's some good news. Yes, we have snow in your forecast for Veterans Day tomorrow, but do you see what's heading our way for the weekend? 60s. I'll have that forecast coming up.
We're learning new details tonight involving that stolen ambulance, the pursuit, and the paramedic who had to escape. It happened last Friday. Police say Lamont Hill stole that ambulance from Loretto Hospital, then led officers on a chase until he crashed into a squad car. Court records also show there was a paramedic inside the ambulance when it was stolen, but escaped at some point. Hill is still in the hospital recovering tonight. His next court date is this Friday.
Hoffman Estates police are now investigating allegations of improper contact of 2 former teachers at Hoffman Estates High School. The school board fired the 2 men last week. They cite a number of incidents between them and multiple female students. No charges filed yet as police continue to investigate. The school district says they are committed to the safety of their students, but they are unable to share any more details.
Tomorrow, veterans here in Chicago, in New York, Los Angeles, and in cities across the country plan to protest the Trump administration's use of the military in immigration actions as well as tactics by ICE agents. Why vets are saying no to Donald Trump. As our nation pauses to honor the men and women who have served in the armed services, a growing number of veterans plan to take advantage of the Veterans Day holiday to protest the commander-in-chief's use of the military on the streets of Chicago.
Given the fact that ICE is occupying our communities, in some communities we have military and National Guard members occupying our communities, that veterans really needed to stand together with working class people and speak out against this administration.
Vets Say No rallies are planned for here in Chicago as well as cities across the country to stand against not only the use of the military in immigration actions, but also the tactics of ICE agents and Border Patrol on immigrants and citizens alike.
As veterans, we, sign up to, really protect everyone, and no one is being protected by this administration's tactics. No one is being made safer. In fact, our communities are being made more unsafe by what ICE is doing and what the military is doing on our streets.
Concern isn't limited to just veterans. In the days and weeks after President Trump ordered the National Guard into Los Angeles, active duty service members were no longer staying quiet about potential deployments.
Even after that first deployment, we saw an increase in the number of active duty service members or National Guard service members that were reaching not only out to us at About Face Veterans Against the War, but also to groups like the GI Rights Hotline and just asking about, hey, what are my rights in this moment?
Well, today, Democratic Senator Dick Durbin, along with 155 Senate and House Democrats, filed an amicus brief urging the U.S. Supreme Court to deny President Trump's request to pause the temporary restraining order on deploying National Guard troops in Illinois.
A Purple Heart thought once lost is now back with its rightful family.
How it made its way back home.
was just the dedication that he had for the country and going overseas and fighting this war. It was an honor to receive this.
Well, that honor belonged to her uncle, a veteran from the southwest suburbs.
The state of Illinois just returned his Purple Heart to his family from Indiana just in time for Veterans Day.
Terrence Lee explains how the medal was found and the emotional reunion that followed.
My uncle is up there smiling.
Army rifleman James Bennett was wounded twice in World War II, once in France, then again in Germany. He wrote when he could. The words still hold his voice. After the war, he and his wife settled in Oak Lawn. He volunteered with the fire and police departments and fixed toys for children with disabilities. His Purple Heart ended up in a safe deposit box that no one claimed.
When I came into office, I went down into our vault and I saw in a display case a Purple Heart. I wondered who this belonged to and why we were holding on to it. And it turns out a lot of people store their military medals in a bank safe deposit box to keep them from being stolen or burnt up in a house fire.
That discovery led Treasurer Michael Frericks to start what the state now calls Operation Purple Heart. The program tracks down lost medals and returns them to loved ones.
We have to do a bit of homework, detective work out there. We worked with the media. The Chicago Tribune helped us track down some of these families, because it's not always so easy.
The detective work paid off. It led to Bennett's family in Oak Lawn. He died in 1990. His wife and daughter have since passed too. So Monday, his niece accepted the medal in his honor.
I think I'm just going to display it at home, and I also want to take a picture and send it to all the relatives that are left alive and share it with them too. And I hope that this also encourages other people to look into getting their Purple Hearts from their family members.
Her hope matches the Treasurer's mission to bring more of these medals home.
This is the 17th Purple Heart we've returned since taking office. I believe that's the most in the country, but our job is not done yet. We still have 6 more in our possession that we would love to get into the warm embrace of their family and out of our cold vault.
Once tucked away behind steel, Bennett's medal is back in the hands that remember him.
Thank you for your service and keeping us safe, and just thank you.
Illinois has returned 17 lost Purple Hearts since 2015. 6 more still wait to be claimed. If you think one might belong to somebody you know, go to operationpurpleheart.org.
In your Health Watch tonight, a big announcement for women today. The FDA will now remove a major warning on hormone replacement therapy that prevented many women from using it. Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. making that announcement today. The black box warnings on women's estrogen-based products stated that the therapies could raise the risk for some cancers, dementia, heart attacks, and strokes. Well, Kennedy said for decades, quote, the American medical establishment has turned its back on women, and that millions were told to fear the very therapy that could have given them strength, peace, and dignity through one of life's most difficult transitions, menopause, he added. Many doctors and clinicians have recommended estrogen and have had to combat that warning label to convince women to take it. One local gynecologist says it's a huge step forward.
By putting a generic black box warning on all estrogens, it actually shows that, or it actually prohibits a lot of women from using the medication even when it's safe for them, because you read this that it might cause, stroke, heart attacks, breast cancer, and you decide not to do it even when, a physician or clinician may have thoroughly explained it. And so some studies have showed up to 30% of women will stop using or not even attempt to use the hormones because of the labeling. So it's really important that we have the best and most up-to-date information available for women when it comes to using this.
She added that up to 80% of women have some sort of menopausal or hormonal symptoms, but only about 5% of women are using hormones. Many doctors say this will allow more people to confidently use these estrogen medications.
All right, let's take a live look outside right now. Gorgeous shot and literally the calm after the storm. A far cry from what we saw just about 24, 18, 12 hours ago. Here's what it looked like in northwest Indiana. This is LaPorte. Yeah, that's a whole lot of white out there. Big flakes. Those are the big stuff covering the road.
This is what it looked like in downtown Chicago at one point. This is from the Loop, where you can't even make out the city's skyline due to the whiteout conditions. Let's check on what it looks like now with Chief Meteorologist Emily Walls.
Well, things are very calm and quiet, but it's also very cold. So fortunately, we're getting a break from the snow for a few hours here. We do have more snow showers in the forecast after about 2, 3 a.m. or so, but it's going to be nothing in comparison to what we just went through. So the snow showers that we have in the forecast for tomorrow morning for Veterans Day, it's not going to bring any accumulation, really, for a lot of us. So little to no accumulation expected. But temperatures, they're cold right now, and it's still going to stay cold for tomorrow as well. Temps right now are in the 20s for a lot of us, actually already down to 22 degrees in Aurora. So road temperature is also going to be key. Any untreated surfaces will be icy out there this evening. So kind of build that into your commute if you're going to be out and about tonight or even early tomorrow morning. But most of the main roads seem to be in pretty decent condition now. Futurecast taking us through tonight. Here comes the snow shower activity. It's just very scattered in nature in the early morning hours of tomorrow. After that, we're going to see decrease in cloud cover. We'll end up seeing some sunshine by the end of the day, but temperatures tomorrow only topping out in the low 40s. That's about 10 degrees below average for this time of the year. Good news, even on the backside of this cold front here going into Wednesday, we still see a warming trend. So we're looking at gusty conditions tomorrow, same thing on Wednesday, but temperatures by Wednesday afternoon are going to be in the upper 40s to near 50 degrees, quite a bit of sunshine going to be coming along with that as well. But again, first we have to get through tonight, and tomorrow still going to be on the chilly side. 25 degrees for the overnight low in the city. Most suburbs are looking at low 20s. We already have wind chills that are only in the low to mid teens out there currently. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. Tomorrow 42, chance of snow showers in the morning. After that, we're going to be partly sunny, near 50 on Wednesday. Thursday and Friday, low to mid 50s, so above average late this week, rolling right on into the weekend. On Saturday, soak in those 60s, because then we start to see a drop early next week again. Let's get a check of our weather pick of the day. This one's very fitting for today, right? You have the fall leaves over the freshly fallen snow. This is coming to us from Pam. Gorgeous shot there. Thanks so much for sharing. And for those of you at home, if you'd like to see your photo here on the news, all you have to do is download our Fox 32 weather app and then click submit right through that app.
Very good. Good stuff. Speaking of good stuff, we're getting ready for the Reindeer Run at the Brookfield Zoo, Chicago, ringing in the holidays a little early. It's taking place next Saturday, kicking off at 5:30. Running until 9, folks will get a preview of the winter wonderland at the zoo with all the lights and the decor. You may want to hurry up and sign up because spots are limited. For more information, you can head to our website, fox32chicago.com.
I'm Lou Canellis. Bulls on a 2-game skid need a pick-me-up tonight, but hope they don't get a spur up the you-know-what. Plus, Connor Bedard gets noticed for the heater he's on. And is the Cubs' Cade Horton the National League Rookie of the Year? Plus, Caleb Williams was dancing, dashing, prancing around, carrying the Bears to yesterday's winner. But it still wasn't enough to satisfy Bears fans. Former Bears fullback Jason McKee talks about the win. Next in sports. Welcome back. Don't tell the Bears they're lucky after pulling out another one-score win. They're fourth already this season, which is 2 more than they had all of last season. And this Bears win cost Giants coach Brian Daboll his job, replaced by Chicago's very own Mike Kafka, who played at St. Rita and also Northwestern. Bears didn't play their best ball, and Ben Johnson will use it this week to the team's advantage.
I think it's the best thing about us winning right now is we can come back and we can coach them hard, and we'll tell them the truth, and they know it. I mean, they're professionals. They all know that that we're winning, but yet this isn't necessarily the style or the fashion that we want to hang our hat on long term. We understand the urgency that's at hand. We know where we are in the NFC right now. But I think the biggest thing in the message to the team is we're a 6-3 team right now that's looking to get to 7-3.
Yes, they are. Caleb Williams had a couple of big throws down the stretch. Colston Loveland, look at that, reaching across his body. Makes the snag, kept the 91-yard drive alive. Then the bullet to Luther Burden to the Giants' 19-yard line after the muffed punt. That set up the game-winning run. Hey, Bears didn't play their best ball, but former Bears fullback Jason McKee isn't downplaying this win.
We have the best fans in the world here in Chicago, but at the end of the day, win or lose, they're going to be on you either way. So the Bears will never apologize for a win. There's no style points in terms of a win. Hey, we'll take the win. It doesn't have to have lipstick on it, makeup. It doesn't have to have perfume or cologne. We'll take the win any way we can get it.
Yes, we will. J-Mac War with Jason McKee coming up on Chicago Sports Tonight at 9:30 here on Fox 32. Hey, Tina Wynn will join me along with Fox Sports 1's Danny Parkins. We'll recap the Bears' win, look ahead to their gauntlet of a schedule of the remaining 8 games. Connor Bedard had one of the best weeks of his career, named one of the NHL's 3 stars of the week. Bedard finished up with 3 goals and 7 assists in 4 games. He's now second in the NHL with 25 points. By the way, Duncan Keith inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame tonight as well.
Chicago became my second home. The fans, the anthem, there was nothing like playing in that building, especially during our cup runs. People often ask me what my favorite moment was playing in the NHL. And the cup wins are definitely highlights. But getting the opportunity to suit up alongside Brent Seabrook and become the first defensive pairing in the NHL to play 1,000 games together as teammates is right there too. And so to everybody who ever lifted me up, thank you for being my team. I will carry you with me for the rest of my life. I am overwhelmingly honored to be a part of the legacy of our great game. Thank you.
How about Braves catcher Drake Baldwin? He's your National League Rookie of the Year. Cubs starter Cade Horton finished second. The A's' Nick Kurtz is the American League winner. Cubs 2016 World Series champion Kyle Hendricks retiring after 12 seasons. And Illini basketball moves up 3 spots to number 14. Illinois hosts number 11 Texas Tech tomorrow in Champaign. Scott, back to you.
Lou, thanks. Whitney Young's very own Craig Robinson in the house to watch the Bulls take on the Spurs tonight. Bulls without Josh Giddey. Let's jump to the 4th. Bulls with a 2-point lead until Ayo Dosunmu drains the long-range 3, but Victor Wembanyama putting on a show. Wemby putting his team on his back, in fact, knocking down a go-ahead 3. He had 38. Bulls trailed 121-117 with seconds to go in the 4th. The Tinley Park Amphitheater landing another big act.
We'll let you know who's performing next.
Fox.
Trending right now, the band Train will be bringing their tour to our area. It will be at the Tinley Park Amphitheater on Friday, August 7th of next year.
Can't wait.
General tickets go on sale starting this Thursday.
It'll be so warm then.
Yeah, it will.
We hope.
On August 7th, I
We
think so.
hope. You never know.
Oh, come on.
You can have some cold snaps.
We've been lucky, though.
We have been. So we've had a very nice, I almost want to say short fall, though, because we jumped right ahead into the winter season, but it's going to be cold for the next couple of days. But this weekend, we have 60s in store for us on Saturday.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for watching it now. Remember, you can catch us anytime on your smart TV. It's Fox Local. We are on all the streaming platforms. Always start your day with Good Day Chicago. Bright.